Okay, so now let's assume we want to create, like, I guess some of you are trying to create stuff like this, whereby you have uh, containers or sections side by side, and then you can have your text. So I will show you how that is achievable. Okay, and it will still look neat, it will still look fine. Okay, so let's log into the back end. So this is /wp-admin, as usual. And then we click go to login. Okay. Now, before we start proper, okay, there are some assumptions that I'm making. I'm assuming, of course, it's Astra that you're actually using, and then you are using the starter template. Usually, once you install any template from Astra, it is automatically the starter template you're actually using. Okay, so let's go to plugins. Okay, plugins. There are a couple of things that you also need to add. We last class we talked about WP reset, which was what we used to reset your website. We also did prime slider. Okay, prime slider is what we use to create our sliders. So let's check plugins. You can see we have the prime slider, we have the starter templates, we have the WP reset. Okay, so let's add some other things. Let's go back to, let's add plugins. Remember, if you want to add a new plugin, all you need to do is to go to plugins and add plugin. So under add plugin now, there's something else I would like you to add. You can add a plugin called duplicate this. Duplicate this. Okay, this is a very important plugin. Duplicate this. Okay, so you can see duplicate page. So what does this do? This allows you to duplicate pages. So let's assume your site is the kind of site that has a lot of things. Instead of trying to create things from scratch, you can actually take a page, duplicate it, and then you can customize it to fit something new. All right, so this is a very important plugin. Remember what I said about plugins. If you're going to install a plugin, make sure the ratings are high. You can see 438 people have rated this 5 stars. Make sure the number of active installations is also much. So about 3+ million people have installed this, and make sure it's compatible with your WordPress. Now, this is saying untested with your version of WordPress. So it's not sure whether it will work, but by virtue of the number of people that have installed it, and the rating too is very high, and I've personally used it. I've personally used this for a lot of websites. Sorry, just a moment. I didn't teach or talk about free sliders. Last class was a Q&A session, but the class before that, we talked about free sliders, prime slider. That was the class that we talked about it. So last class was all about a Q&A. We didn't stay long last class, but the class before that, we talked about prime sliders, which is a free slider. You're not paying for it. All right, so you can watch the video on how that was done. So this duplicate page, let's install now. Okay, and then we activate. Okay, we activate. Good. So you can see duplicate page is now here. So how do you know your duplicate page is working? If we go to our pages, all pages, if you put your cursor over any of the pages now, you can see there's something called duplicate this. So edit, quick edit, trash, view, and duplicate this. So duplicate this is now there for any page. So if I want to duplicate any page now, I can actually do that. Okay, duplicate this. So that's what that plugin does. Okay, so it's important to have that. Now let's go and install one more plugin. We go to plugins again. We go to add plugins. Okay, then you install a plugin called elementskit lite. Elementskit lite. Okay, elementskit lite. Okay, so you can see elementskit lite. So you can see this elementskit, Elementor add-ons, and templates. Okay, so this is another plugin that's very important that we're going to use in this class. So we have 5 stars here. Of course, almost 2,000 people have given it a 5-star rating. 1 million people have installed it, and it is compatible with your version of WordPress. So let's install this as well. Install now and activate. Okay, install now and activate. Okay, so you can see it's Elements Pack, that's there. Okay, we have the elementskit lite, that's there. All right, so we are good to go. So what did we just do? We've just installed 2 plugins, the duplicate page and the elementskit lite. So let's go to our pages, all pages. All right, let's go back to our home page. Okay, edit with Elementor. Let's go back to our home page. All right. Okay, sorry, please just give me 1 minute. I would like to get some water because my throat is dry. Just give me 1 minute, please. Okay, so our page is open. All right. So can you all see my screen?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, I can see it.
All right. So all this section down here, I want to delete it. I want to create it myself. Okay. So that you also have an idea of how to create stuff like that. So let me delete this entire section. I just click on this container so you can see everything down here has been deleted. So the only thing we have on this page now is our slider section and this post slider section. So now I want to actually create something now. A typical website. So we were looking at let's try and find a typical website. Let's see, we have let's say legal firm website. Let's look for a firm in Canada, for example. Okay. Or let's say activists website in Canada. Oh, cool. Okay, this Amnesty International, let's take a look at it. It's a human rights organization. So let's see what their site looks like. Okay, so you have this is their slider section or their banner section. Okay, what else do they have? How can you get involved? Join our movement. Okay, latest online action. So these are some of the news items or posts. Take urgent action. So you can see all these are different posts. So let's assume we want to follow this template. And this is an idea. Usually, as I said, when I interact with clients, I ask them, okay, do you have a website that you like or something you want to duplicate? Once they give it to me, I now see what the structure is like and I can duplicate it. Okay. So let's assume we want to create this section now. How you can get involved, take action, join our global movement. Okay, so let's assume Major Aburime now, is trying to create a sort of movement or how you can, become an activist or something along those lines. Okay, don't forget we need our Chat GPT. If you don't have original content, Chat GPT can help you come up with stuff like that. So let's start from there. So now we want to put how you can get involved. Okay, how you can get involved. So we want to put this heading or want to put this title. Now there are several ways you can achieve this. Now I can decide, you see from here, you can see you have your plus, your folder. Now this symbol here, this reddish looking symbol, that's the elementskit lite that we installed recently. And then this S here represents the starter templates. So there are different designs that we can actually use from these two tools. So I can decide to use the plus. If it's a plus, for example, I just click on plus, or better still, I can just come up here to the upper left-hand corner and I can click on the plus there, and it brings up all these options. So this is a heading, how you can get involved. I can decide to come here and I can now say heading. So I can just take this here and drag here. Okay, I just drag it into this place and you can see that heading is there. So that's one way of doing it. Let me delete this. Another way of doing this is the fact that, okay, I can decide. Sorry, let me move this down. I can decide that I want to pick something from the elementskit template, or I'll pick something from the starter template. Because if you look at this section, how you can get involved, there's a picture on this side and there's text on this side. Okay, so this is virtually like two different containers within one container. One container for the picture, one container for the text. So I can decide to go to starter templates. Okay, let's click on
Please,
starter
how did we
templates.
get this starter template? Sorry to interrupt you, please.
Once you've installed Astra on your system, the starter templates is there automatically. So if you are creating a new section, you remember this container, for example, you remember you have your plus, you have your 6 dots, and you have your X, right? Let's
Yes.
assume I want to add a new container. Once I click on add container, can you see it? It's there. So you will see
Okay,
it.
it comes
Yes, it comes
automatically.
there
Okay.
automatically.
Okay.
Yes. So I would
Okay, thank
advise
you.
you. So for each of you, if you check your system and you cannot find it, it does not show, then that means it's not a plugin on your system. So you need to go to plugins, search for starter templates, install it, activate it, and then it will definitely show. Okay. So I can go to starter templates now. So I just click on it, starter templates, and then it brings up these options. Okay, so we're not installing a full page within a page. I would highly advise against doing that. Don't install a page within a page. All right. Instead, go to blocks. Blocks is where we're heading to. Go to blocks. So every section or every block, you can actually pick something here. And you can see you already have some templates. Okay. So I will say it again. You click on starter templates. It brings you two options, pages or blocks. We click on blocks. Under blocks now, on the left-hand side, you can see all. If you click the drop down, you can see you have about, you have team, you have testimonials, you have hero, call to action, features, services. Okay. So let's assume this section that we are trying to copy, you can see we have a picture here and we have this here. If you look at these templates, you can see there's already something looking like that here. Okay, you have a picture on the side and you have text by the side. So instead of creating it from scratch, which I think most of you are trying to do and is good, I'm glad with the fact that you are trying to attempt to create it from scratch. You can as well come to the starter templates and pick any of these. Okay, so you have all these different arrangements and designs. So I think the closest I can see to this, there's text, there's there's the button, and there's this picture is this one. Okay, so all I need to do now is to click on it. Okay, you can see it's showing me what it looks like up close. And then we click on import. So can you see that?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Uh-huh.
sir.
So this makes things simple for you. So instead of trying to adjust, you just pick this section, okay, and then you find a nice picture. So in this case now, this is the Activision website, and this heading we want it to be join our global movement. Okay, let's see. Instead of saying join our global movement, probably I can say how to fight for human rights. Let's say. Major, are you with us? I know you
Yes,
said you had.
Prof.
Oh, you're with us. Fantastic. So, I know you're not sort of creating a global movement. So, what would you suggest we put for this section instead of join our global movement based on what you do?
Okay, first and foremost, Amnesty International is already a global movement, and it
Yes.
has zonal, that is, what do you call it, continental,
Arms or branches.
yes. So we have the African group, we have the Asian group, we have the Americas group, North and South America, and so on.
Okay.
So it's already a global movement. So if you say join our global movement, yes, you are right. Then if
Okay.
you want to localize it, you can
Yes.
also say, you can also localize it to say, join the African chapter or join the Nigerian chapter to
Of
save,
Amnesty International.
how do they, how will I put it now, to save uh, traditional homelands
Okay.
of
Okay. Okay.
citizens, you know.
Okay. 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 So let's that's a fantastic suggestion. So let's see how we can craft that. So we say I need a title and a description for an invitation to join the African chapter of Amnesty International to save traditional homelands. Okay, then I can say this is for my
You
website.
can put from terrorist add the homeland from terrorists or from terrorism.
Okay,
So
from
that
terrorism. Okay, that's good. Okay, so I need a title and description for an invitation to join the African chapter of Amnesty International to save traditional homeland from terrorism. This is for my website. Okay, so let's see what it will give us. All right, so join Amnesty International Africa, defend our traditional homelands from terrorism. Okay, so this is going to be our heading. Okay, so I will take this join Amnesty International Africa. So I come here, I just copy that. Now in here now, I click on it. You can see there's the pen there. I just click on it, and then on the left hand side, I select all the text and I paste it there. Join Amnesty International. Okay. Now this second half of the title, defend our traditional homelands from terrorism. I'm going to put it in another heading. So all I need to do is to still come to that same place. I right click. You can see duplicate. Okay, so I come here, I'll say it again. I come to that pen. Okay, I right click and I can duplicate. So you can see it has duplicated it. So I can now go to my defend our traditional homelands from terrorism, copy. Okay, I select and I paste. Okay, defend our traditional homelands from terrorism. Now I can now decide to work on this. First off, I can say if I'm to follow their own
Excuse me,
style.
sir. Hello, sir.
Yes.
Hello, sir. Is it because we install duplicate this? That is when we are able to duplicate something on this website now.
No, even if you don't install duplicate this, that duplicate feature works with Elementor. The duplicate this is strictly for duplicating pages. This internal duplicate that we're doing here is a default feature for Elementor. So
All
even
right.
if you've not installed the duplicate this, you can duplicate sections of your website.
It's okay, sir.
Okay. All right. So this join Amnesty International, it should be bold. Then this defend our traditional homelands from terrorism. I feel it should not be as big as this join Amnesty International. So I want to reduce the size. So remember, I talked about H1, H2, H3, H4, H5, H6. I've selected this. I can now go to the left-hand side at the HTML tag. I reduce this. Let's say I reduce it to H4. Okay, that's a little too small. Let's make it H3. So this is a little better. Okay, if I decide that, okay, I want this defend our traditional homeland from terrorism to be a different color, because we're talking about terrorism, perhaps I can decide to make it red. Okay, so I can now click on it again. Okay, defend our traditional homelands from terrorism. I go to style. Okay, I go to style, and then there's text color down here. So I just click on that, and then I can move this all the way to red. Okay, defend our homelands from terrorism. So we have that there. Okay, I can now come back again
Uh,
to the
Alex,
description.
please,
Yes.
is there a particular reason why we have to duplicate? I didn't get this duplicate parts for this block.
Okay, there's the only reason why I'm duplicating it is because I don't want to put all this text, join Amnesty International Africa, defend our traditional homelands from terrorism in one title. That's why I'm duplicating it.
Oh, okay.
Because it's quite a
All
long
right. Okay.
title. So putting it in one place, I feel is not so neat. So it's better to separate it. It also helps too because it allows me to also have two different colors, just like what they did here. Join our global
Oh,
movement. The movement has a different color. So by separating them, it allows me to have two different sizes. And also, so if what you are designing does not require it, there really isn't any need to duplicate. Okay.
okay. Thank you, sir.
And
Okay.
Prof, very
Yes.
briefly, are we
Yes.
working on the front end now or the back end?
This is the back end.
Okay.
If you
Okay.
are able to make changes on your website, it is the back end. You can't make changes at the front end.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So we've done this. Now we want to change the description. So once again, I click on the pen. I can come back here to my description and I copy all this. Copy all this. I come back here to the left-hand side. I remove everything here and I paste that there. Okay. Now the text color is looking a little gray. I think I'd rather something very black so that we can see the text very well. So the same thing, I still go to my style and then I go to text color. So I go to text color and make sure it's very black all the way at the corner here. So that's fine. So join Amnesty International Africa, defend our traditional homelands from terrorism. You have the text there, and then there's the call to action. Okay, so the call to action, we can put learn more instead. That is this button. So all I need to do now is to click on the button, okay, the pen, and then I come here to the left-hand side, and you can see learn more. Learn more. I change that to learn more. Okay, so we are done with this side. Okay, this container,
So
this side
why
of it.
do we have to go to the left corner to type instead of just clicking in the box and typing?
It's safer that way.
Oh.
It's safer that way. There are situations whereby in trying to change it from the box here, it scatters your arrangement.
Okay.
So it's safer that way. I would highly recommend you don't try to change it within the box. Go to the left-hand side and change it there.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, so on the left-hand side now we have this picture. So we want to select a picture now that will definitely tie in with what is actually happening here. So as I click on the picture, of course, the pen, you can see on the left-hand side, the picture shows up. So all I need to do is to choose image, and then I go to search images. Okay, search images. So I can now maybe type Nigerian terrorism. Let me just put that terrorism. Okay. Or maybe I should just type terrorism only. Okay. I can see that with a gun. It's not really giving me. Okay, I can see people within the bush here. Let's see what that picture looks like.
Or you can even, yes, either this one or you look for any image of people mourning or wailing or something.
Okay, let's say refugees. Let's type refugees. Let's see if that will bring up something. Okay. Refugee, let's say African refugee camps. African refugee camps. Let's see what that will bring. Okay. I think this kind of ties in. Let's see this picture. Okay. So let's see this one. Okay, this seems to be close to it. Or what do you think?
This looks like a marriage ceremony.
A marriage, with the tents and everything. Okay. Let's look for something. Okay, this one definitely looks like a refugee camp.
Yes, yes.
So I think we can go with this one.
Of course.
Okay. So let's now, based on the arrangement that we have, okay, looking at this now. Now, this is supposed to be landscape, but I'm seeing that all the stuff that we have here has sort of, gone beyond the picture that we have here. So probably we should be looking towards a portrait picture so that it will kind of match the length of the right-hand side. So once again, choose picture and let's make this one portrait instead. Let's see what it's going to look like. So insert image. All right, fantastic. So can you see?
Yes.
All right, so it sort of blends in with what is here. So join Amnesty International Africa, defend our traditional homelands from terrorism. Okay, so fine, we've created a section. Okay, we've created a section. So let's assume, so do we understand what we've done so far?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so let me publish this.
Yes.
I'm publishing it. So let's see how it looks like from the front end. Okay, so majoraburimeblog.com. Okay, so we have this. Okay, we have this, and then we have this. So can you see that?
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right.
Please, sir, can you go over it again? Please, can you go over it again, please?
Okay, I actually want to do another one similar to this so that you can have an idea. In fact, what I wanted to do was somewhat similar to what you are trying to achieve. Nafisa too, okay, somebody has asked this question before concerning copyright. No, you should not be worried about copyright. Okay, all these pictures, they are copyright free. You can use them. All right, as long as it's on the starter template website, you can use it. So you shouldn't be worried.
Can I come in there, Prof?
Yes, you can come in.
Okay. There are many decided cases that nobody owns AI. AI is not a juristic person. So whatever it generates, and it's on social media or the internet, you are free to use it. So
okay,
you are not violating any copyright.
Now the thing is, as far as I know, these pictures are not AI pictures. As far as I know. Having said that, though, these days it's very difficult sometimes to distinguish between what is real and what is artificial intelligence, especially if the person knows what he's doing in generating. So, but nevertheless, these pictures are actually copyright free. So at least I can attest to that. So you shouldn't be worried about using them. However, if you do have your own personal pictures, by all means, use them. Okay, you can even hire somebody to get, if you are an NGO, for example, that is into a lot of activities, I want to assume that you have a lot of pictures to use. So if you have your own pictures to use, please do. If you don't, you can definitely pick from these websites. All right. Okay, so to okay. Oh, so sorry about that. No problem. At least you can hear us, which is good. So it's fine. You can be sending chats and I'll do my best to be responding. Okay, so once again, let's do another section. So let's assume this section is all about this. And we now want to create another section as to maybe benefits of working with us. Okay, so for example, now I can see all these are blog posts. Take urgent action. This is also success stories, latest news. So let's assume I want to create a section of benefits. Like Mrs. Ijoma, I know you were trying to do something like that, like features for your site, right? Am I correct? Like
Yes,
features.
yes,
So,
yes.
okay, so let's assume I want to do something like that now. It's the same process. I go to starter templates instead of creating everything from scratch, which I can, by the way. So let's assume I want to create 3 different sections. I can decide to click on this plus. Okay, then there's the flex box, and then I look for a container that is up to 3. Okay, I look for a container that is up to 3. So this is like 2, this is 2, but skew, this is 4, and this is 3. Okay, so let's assume is this 4 I've selected. All right, let's assume it's this 4 I've selected. So you can see I have 4 different containers here. I can now go to my plus again. Okay, I can add a picture here. I go to the plus again. I add another picture here. I go to the plus again. I add another picture here. I go to the plus again. I add another picture here. So you can see I have already something very structured. If I want to put text underneath each of these, I go to the plus again. There's text editor. Okay, text editor. You can see it down here. I can now come under each photo. I post something there. Once again, plus. I go under each photo. Okay, plus. I go to the plus here, which is add element. Text editor. I come under here. Oh, I didn't. So you must be careful when you are doing this so that you don't do the wrong thing. So you can say I did something wrong here. All I need to do is to right click on the pen and delete. So it deletes that. I come once again to the text editor. I make sure. Okay, and then I do that here. I go again, plus text editor, and then I do that here. Okay, so I can decide to have all this. I can now decide that, okay, this is the description, right? I want to put headings for each one. So I have my picture, it has a heading or it has a title, and then it has the description. So the same thing, I go to plus, you can see heading or title. I just come, I make sure it's in between the two, and it's there. I come to plus again, the same thing. Okay, I come, make sure, do that, the same thing. Okay, the same thing, the plus, same thing. All right, so I have that here. Of course, if the size of the title is too much, what do? You just reduce it to maybe H4. Okay, you can reduce this one to H4 since they're all H2. Reduce this to H4. Okay, reduce this to H4. So I hope you see the process of arranging. Okay, so now this is if you are doing things from scratch. Let's assume I have another 4 different headings I want to actually do. All I need to do now, this container as a whole, where this 6 dots is, I can just right click and duplicate. Okay, right click and duplicate. So you can see it's duplicated everything that I've already done. Okay, if I want to add a button underneath each one, still the same thing. I go to the plus, I look for buttons. Okay, you can see buttons as one of the elements. I take it and I arrange it there. So there's a button under there. I go once again to the plus, I look for buttons. Okay, the same thing. So on and on and on, and I can arrange my work, So this process that I've just shown you is similar to what I finally accomplished here. Okay, let me show you. I think I've opened up this website before. Okay, so you can see. Okay, so it's similar to this, where you have every section. So everything is, arranged and structured, and everything is on point. So that's how you arrange your stuff. Now, this is one method of doing things. It's just one method. So let's take a look at other methods. So let me delete this. Okay, now let me delete this as well. So if I go to starter templates as before, okay, go to blocks. Okay, go to blocks. And then, of course, you have, let's say we're looking for features. Okay, so let's look at features. So can you see features? As soon as I clicked on features now, can you see some of what came up?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
So instead of designing it from scratch, you can have this design. This is already set up for you, it's already arranged. All you have to
Wow.
do is to import. Okay, so this is one. Or let's look at another design again. Starter templates, blocks, features. Okay, we're still on features. You can see this is another design. Okay, so let's assume it's not a full picture you want. You just want something small. This is another one you can use. Okay, let's go back again. There's another one here. Okay, so you can just scout around, take a look at what's there. Okay, there's even another one here. So this is another arrangement. Okay, so instead of designing from scratch, you just go to starter template. So let's assume this is the one you finally chosen. So we click on this and then we just say import. Okay, and there you have it. So it's already set for you. So all you need to do now is to change what is here. So Major, what do you think we can use for this section? Your what you do is not really a services based kind of it's a blog that talks about that, or are there services that you render that you feel can be advertised? So Major, okay. So let's see if we can get some ideas from here. Are there any ideas that we can pick from here? Because this is a blog. A blog doesn't really have features like that. Or okay, we can say some of the benefits of going through this blog. So 3 feature benefits of going through above said blog. Okay, 3 benefits of going through
Sorry, I
above
was
said.
muted, Prof.
Oh,
Sorry,
okay.
please. I just want to ask a question before we proceed. Now,
Yes.
since this is on my side,
Yeah.
is everyone reading it at the same time? That is, am I live to the whole world?
When
With
you
this
say
right
live to
now?
the whole, when you say live to the whole world, do you mean can people actually go on your website and see it right now?
Yes, since it's
Yes,
still.
if people have your website address, they can go and look at it. Yes.
Okay, so until so
The thing
anybody,
is, you haven't shared your link with anyone, have you?
no, I haven't.
So the chances of people coming to your website to now start seeing what's there is very slim.
Okay,
So if you
okay,
start advertising it, that's when people will come and check it out. But for the purposes of this class, yes,
okay.
it's only those
Yeah,
that are
that's.
here
I
that
just want to
know.
be sure because
Okay,
I won't like it. I won't like it to escape this group
of
until
course. Until you are
until
sure everything is
yes,
set.
yes, I've perfected everything I want to. Thank
No
you.
problem at all. No problem. Okay, so we're looking for 3 feature benefits of going through above said blog. Okay, so we want a title and we want description. Okay, title and description. Okay, title and description. Okay, so let's see what it will give us. So here's 3 strong feature benefit sections. Okay, gain in-depth insight into human rights and security issues, discover practical ways to make a difference, become part of a collective voice for justice. Okay, so I want to Let me take a look here. Okay, I want to reduce the length of each title. So I can say reduce each title length. Okay, reduce each title length. Okay, good. Understand human rights and security, take meaningful action, join the movement for justice. So I think this is fine. So I can copy the first one, understand human rights and security. Okay, I come here to this first section and I will change this to that. Okay, I will also reduce this to H4 from H3. So this is better. And I can come here again, take meaningful action, copy. Okay, come here to feature 2. On the left-hand side, I reduce this to H4. Okay, now there's an issue here. Now, if you notice, this take meaningful action, it's only taking 1 line, right? And the understand human rights and security is taking 2 lines.
Yes,
Have you
sir.
noticed this? So now these are the kind of things that sort of, doesn't make it fully aligned. If you notice, the call to action now is rising higher than what is here. So I always try as much as possible to ensure that if everything is going to be on 1 line, let everything be on 1 line. So I can still ask ChatGPT, reduce the title, reduce the title length of number 1. Okay, reduce the title length of number 1. So let's see what it could. Understand security. So just straightforward. Okay, understand security. Okay, or you can just say understand human rights. Probably we can just leave the human rights and remove the security. So understand human rights, take meaningful action. And the third one is join the movement for justice. Let's see whether this would enter 1 line or 2 lines. Okay, join the movement for justice. Okay, good. Entered 1 line. Okay, so understand human rights, take meaningful action, join the movement for justice. So let's take the descriptions too. Let's copy each one. I copy and I paste. Okay, I copy. Okay, and I paste. Okay, I copy. Copy and I paste. Okay, so something is wrong with the middle one. Okay, the middle one's length is shorter than the rest. So I can still ask ChatGPT, say increase the length of number two's description to match number 1. Can you all hear me?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Someone says she
Yes, we can
can't
Yes,
hear
hear
sir.
you.
me.
Yes.
If someone is saying she can't hear me anymore, okay, should be your speaker. Others appear to be able to hear me. So you can log
So we can't hear you.
Hello, sir. We can't hear you, sir.
Yeah, we can't hear you.
Okay, can you all hear me now?
Yeah, now we can hear you.
Okay. All right.
It seems you muted yourself, sir.
Okay. I think probably there's a setting that I set. Okay. That allows everybody to mute. But anyway, that's fine. All right. So, but you can still see my screen.
Yes, sir.
You can see your screen. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So that's fine. So let's select this one. Okay, let's select this photo. All right. So we can now say portraits. Okay. Portrait and insert. All right. So this is fine. So take meaningful action. Take meaningful action. Once again, we go to search images. Okay. Let's say activism, Nigeria. Let's see if it will bring up something. Okay. So activism. Oh, I like this picture. Okay. Like this picture. So let's insert. Oh, I chose
Portrait.
original. Yes, it's supposed to be portraits.
Portrait,
I've made
yeah.
that mistake. So you can see because I did that now, it's bringing, so you can see it's already scattered. So I need to go back again and search images. Activism, Nigeria. Okay, so this first one. Okay, so what is portrait? Say insert. Good. All right. And then join the movement. Okay, so search images, Nigeria movement. Let's see if it will bring something. All right. So let's see which one we can take. Okay, I like this one. People on the bus or this person holding the flag. Which one of these two should we take?
On the box.
Okay, the bus, right? Okay, so let's
Yeah, the
select
box.
that.
Yeah.
Okay, and then we select portraits. Insert. All right, so we have that. So understand human rights, take meaningful action, join the movement for justice. Okay, at the bottom. Oops, I have pressed swap. Okay, so at the bottom for the buttons now, you can just change all of them instead of call to action. See, learn more. Learn more. Same thing for this one. Learn more. Okay, learn more. Of course, you can change the color of your buttons. Don't forget, it's the same thing. You go to style and you can change it there. So learn more. So if I go to style, for example, okay, for this button, you can see there's text color. I can change the text. I can change the background, the color of the background. So let's assume it's this is blue, right? So if I click on it, I can decide to change it to red or any other color that I so choose. Okay, so if it's red. Now, if you want colors to be the same, so let's assume you have all these three different colors. You know, there's a chance that if I click on each of the buttons, I may not get exactly the same color. Okay, because I might not move it to the exact same spot. So here, for this color, there's a certain code. There's a hexa code here. Okay, there's a hexa code. It's usually a 6-digit code with a hash. So I can decide to copy it. Okay, every color has its own code. All right, every color has its own code. So I can copy that 6-digit number. I come to this next one. Okay, why is this thing? Okay, I come here. I go to style, I go to color, okay, and instead of me dragging this now, all I need to do is to come here and paste what I've copied, so it will give you the exact same color. Okay, the next thing, I come here as well, I go to style, okay, I go to color. So instead of dragging, and I might not get the exact same thing, I just come to that same box, I drag it and I paste, and it gives the exact same color. So I can now publish. Okay. So if you take a look at the front end now, let's refresh. Okay, this is not the site. So I just come here. So you have this Major Burime blog, articles, join Amnesty International Africa, and these are understand human rights, take meaningful action, join the movement. Okay. I'm noticing that even this one is just a little bit off skewed. So meaning the text is a little bit longer than the others. So I can edit that as well so that it's exactly the same as the rest. I will just look for something to remove or something to add. So maybe instead of and, I can use the symbol just to see if that will reduce it a bit. Okay, so and okay, I publish. So I hope we are all following.
Yes, sir.
Okay, Mrs. Ijoma, I hope this is answering some of the questions you had.
Please, I have a question.
Okay,
The
all
learn
right.
more,
Yeah,
they don't lead anywhere now. How do you make it to, you said for a button to lead somewhere, you have to add the link to it. So where are you going to get the link where you want to, the learn more to lead to now? Where we get that link and do everything?
okay. So that means you have to create a page. So obviously, you should create a page that is dedicated to understanding human rights, whether it's a page or a post. So you've created a post that expands on this. You've created a post that expands on this. You've created a post or a page that expands on this. So it's those links now that you're going to use to fill up these learn more sections. You understand what I mean?
Yes, I understand. But when you want to
Okay,
create
Please,
so
those,
how do we do it? How do we do it? Because we need to know how to get the links, please.
okay. All right. So, for example, let's start with
Sir,
join Amnesty.
sir, can the link also be on this website or from another platform entirely?
That is, if it takes you to somebody else's website.
No, the link, if you want to add the link to the learn more, can it
Yes.
be within this website?
Yes, it's definitely within this website.
And it can also lead us to outside this website as well.
Yes, definitely.
All
So
right, sir.
take for example, this join Amnesty in the International Africa. Let's assume we want this link, learn more, to come to this website here, this Amnesty Canada. In fact, let's even look for a website, Amnesty International, let's say Nigeria. I don't know if they have their own website. Let's check Amnesty International Nigeria. Okay. I see amnesty.org. Okay, Amnesty International Nigeria. Good. So this is their website. Amnesty.org.ng. Okay, so I can now copy this link. You can see this link up here. All I need to do is to copy it. Okay, https://www.amnesty.org.ng. So I copy it. I come here. So let's assume from here now, I want it to go there. All I need to do is to click on the button. And then on that link, I just paste it there. Okay, I paste it on that link and I say publish. Okay, so let's go to the front end now. Okay, I refresh. So from the front end, okay, all I need to do now is to click on learn more and let's see where it takes us. So can you see it has taken us here?
Wow.
Right? So whether it's within your website or it's outside your website, once you give it the link, it will definitely go there automatically. Okay, so let's now do something within. So let's assume this is all we want to do for our home page. All right, let's assume this is all we want to do. We want to go to our About Us page now. So let's go to our About Us page. Okay, so from here now, you can actually go to, but if you don't see it here, you can exit. Okay, before doing that, there's something I must also say or mention. Now, remember, when you are done with a particular page, always take a look to see how it looks like on the other platforms, whether it's on the tab or it's on the phone. Okay, once you are done with the page, always check. So, for example, I want to see how this looks on a tablet. So you can see this is how it looks on a tablet, right? Have this, have that. You have what we arranged. Okay. Let's see how it looks like on the phone. Okay, from the top here, see how it looks like on the phone. All right. Okay, join Amnesty International. Okay, understand human rights. Take meaningful action. Join the movement for justice. So you can see everything is looking fine. Okay, so this is one of the advantages of using existing blocks or templates. Okay, everything is looking cool. So we are good to go. So let's click on, in fact, on your phones right now, you can actually check it because sometimes it's not enough to just look here. You can actually open up your phone, type in the email address, sorry, the website address, and take a look at it on your phone, and you see how it looks like. So you can actually do that right now. You can just search for or type in the browser majoraburemeblog.com, and then it will bring everything out for you. So let's exit to WordPress. Okay, exit to WordPress. On the upper left hand corner, there's an E there. Just exit to WordPress. And then let's go to, this is taking time. Taking time. An alternative way to navigate to your to other pages is from the front end. You can just click on About Us here and then click on Edit with Elementor. So that is even a faster way. Okay, but let's just go through this. So you are here, then you click on the W, View Pages. Say Leave. All right, so we are here now, and we are here at About. Okay, so Edit with Elementor. We've gone to About, Edit with Elementor. Okay, so I want to edit the About Us page. Okay, the About Us page. Okay. Yeah. All right. So this is the About Us page. Okay. So now for this About Us page, you can see this just has this: we inform, we help, we support the creative. So I don't really want any of this. Okay. I don't want any of this. I want to delete it. So I'm deleting that. I don't want that. I want to use something else. So I click on plus again, add container. Now, if I go to starter templates, okay, and I go to blocks, okay, under here, you can see there's about. So I can just click on about, okay, and it gives some options. You can see you have some nice designs. Okay, so this is one option. Now I can decide instead that, okay, I don't want to use starter templates. I'm going to elementskit, okay. For the home page, it was all about starter templates. I don't want to use the starter templates there. So let me use elementskit. So you have this choice. You can use starter templates. Can you all hear me?
Yes, sir.
Okay, all right.
Yes, sir.
My network
Yes, you
went
can.
down just a moment. Okay. So let me start again. From this plus, I add container. I go to elementskit. Okay, elementskit. So you can see you have templates, you have pages. Once again, don't install or don't insert a page within a page. Okay, instead go to sections. Go to sections. So under sections, you have a lot of things you can use here. So you can see category. Okay, you can see category. So under category now, you can now search for what you're actually looking for. So you look for maybe a header or a picture and a header. So just generally scout around, okay, and see if there's something that you can actually use. Okay, just see whether there's anything that you can use. So you can check everything here. If you can't find something that fits what you are trying to like achieve, then you can now go to your starter templates. Okay, so I've just looked through the elements kits. Fine, I can see heading, but that's for the header. It's not really giving me what I want. Okay, I can decide to even scroll down a bit and see if there's anything I can actually pick from. Okay, but there's nothing here that really tickles my fancy. So let me go back to starter templates. Okay, so once again, I click on the plus. I can see my starter templates. I click on that. Okay, and then I go to blocks and I can see about. So I can now go under about. I think I like this one. Okay, I like this one. I like this template. So I can now import block. Okay, so import block. Okay, import block. All right, so Major, I know you sent me your picture before. I don't know whether I still have that, but this would have been a nice place to put your picture. Um, let me ask ChatGPT. It's just a quick question. I know most times.
I can resend the picture.
Okay. I'm asking artificial intelligence whether he knows you, Major Aburime. So, is he a Nigerian military officer, a public affairs spoken person? Do you have another, apart from Major Aburime, is there other names I can add to this?
Ben, add Ben. If Ben doesn't,
Okay.
then you can add Orlando.
Sorry, I didn't get the last part.
I said if Ben doesn't still bring out this thing, then you can use Orlando.
Orlando. Okay.
Orlando.
Yes.
As spelled in English, not in Yoruba.
Okay, sure. Okay, so you're retired. Is this you? A retired Army Major who is also a legal practitioner, security analyst, mediator, and member of. Fine, fantastic. So
Yeah.
AI found you online. So you can see this helps to just bring out.
But I didn't give AI all these details.
Yes, but AI is on the internet. As long as you have a digital footprint, AI can find you and bring out everything about you. You know. So when you hear hackers, this is part of hacking. Um, ethical hacking anyway. So people, just to find out, the digital, once you have a digital footprint right now, you are easily trackable, unless you pay for a service to wipe out your footprint from the internet, because there are companies that do that now. You pay them and they completely wipe your footprint from the internet. So all right, so we can take this now. Okay. Okay, I can say rewrite above for the about us section. Okay, about us section of my website. Okay, so rewrite above for the about us section of my website. Okay, so about good. So you can see to write everything out for you in a very comprehensive way. So about, this will be our heading. Then we come to our page and we can replace this. This can be our secondary heading. We replace it with this. Okay. And then we come here, major barrister. Okay, beyond. So you come to our description here.
Prof.
Yeah.
So since we are already here, then
Yes.
do two adjustments here. Like in our style of writing, we don't put a full stop after an abbreviation. So the barrister remove the I, the retired remove the I.
Okay.
Then the retired, the R should be small letter.
Okay. All right. That's fine.
Thank you. The R should be small letter. Thank you.
So like this?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay. All right. That's fine. Okay. Okay. All right. So your picture. I think you sent. Okay, you sent
let me
it.
send it now.
Okay, you can send it to me on WhatsApp.
Okay.
Oh, my WhatsApp is not open. Or can you send it to me on Telegram?
How do they do that?
Okay, you are on Telegram on your phone. Or
on my phone, yes.
Yes, and the picture is on your phone as well.
Yes, the picture is on my phone.
So just attach it. If you will see a place on Telegram, attach. Let me open up Telegram. Okay, so right where you normally chat, you see like a paper clip. So you just click on it. You see attach.
Sorry,
what?
Where? No, you say
where you usually
Telegram?
type on Telegram. Where you usually
Okay.
type, you see a paper clip, which
Okay.
takes you to photo or video.
Okay.
So once you click on it, it should open up your gallery. And then you can select the picture. I know I had your picture at a certain point, but I can't remember where I kept it.
I've sent it. See whether.
Okay. Okay, fine. Okay, good. So let me save it. Okay. All right. Okay. So I can now come here, okay, to this picture. I just select it, and then I choose image. Now the size of this image is 600 by 750 pixels. Okay, 600 by 750 pixels. And let me look at the picture you just sent. I open up my Paint. I go to File. I go to Open. I want to see the dimensions of that picture. So dimension is very, very important. Okay, I navigate to the picture. Okay, this is 411 by 411. So this one is shorter. Okay, and the one in the picture here is 600 by 750. So it's very important that you try to, at least, if not exactly, at least get close. So this one, I have to resize this. So I can resize it here. The pixel is 411 by 411. So let me increase it to 750 by 750. Okay, so it has increased the size a bit. I save. Now I can come back here now and I can upload that picture. Upload, select files. Okay. And then I find that particular file. Okay, there it is. And then I upload into it. Good. So when I now say select, okay, you can see it's there. So it's still sort of brought it down somehow. So maybe I may still need to, maybe because of the length of the text as compared to this. Okay. Alternatively, I might decide that, okay, I don't even want this, what do you call it now? This curve that's there. Maybe I just want to remove that completely. So let me delete that first. Let's see. Okay. And here now, I just want a straight up picture. So I drag the picture in here. Okay. And I say choose. And I want this picture there. Okay. So this is better. All right. Now the background here is gray. I might decide that, okay, I don't want this background to be this gray. I want it to be black or blue. On the first page, we mostly used black. So I can just decide, okay, this one should be strictly black. So once again, I select the 6 dots for this container. I go to style, I go to color, and I make sure it's completely black. Okay. This last section down here, I don't need it, so I can delete it. I just right click on the box and delete. All right, so we have that ready for our About Us page. Okay, we have that ready for our About Us page. So I can publish. Okay, so now you have this section for our team. Okay, you can see they already have something. So let's assume Major has staff. Okay, he has staff that he wants to actually, put on his site. So I want to delete all this. Let me delete this entire section. Let me delete this one as well. And I can now come to elementskit as well. Okay, I go to sections, and then I can now scroll down. Okay, let's see. Under category, let's see if you can find themes. Okay, there's theme carousel slider. So that's one. There's also a section for theme. I can see theme up here. So let's start with theme first. Okay, let's start with theme. So you can see it brings up all these options. Okay, so these are some nice theme designs. So let's take a look at this one. So this one looks pretty nice. So once you put your cursor over each one, it changes color as well. So let's insert this one. Let's see. Let's insert. Okay. Very good. So you can see this now, right? And you can and it even has a section that once you click on any name, it brings out the bio of that person. So a brief, commentary about them. So this is a very nice one. I think I've used this for one or two websites. So once I click on anyone, it brings it out. As a matter of fact, there was a recent site, Paradigm Hostels. This was what I implemented. So you can now change the title here, obviously, to our team or board of directors or whatever you want to call it, our team. Okay. And now the description or the subtitle in this case. Okay, no subtitle, we just have this title description. So you can now change it to we are made up of passionate. We are a group of passionate. We are a group of passionate individuals dedicated to ensuring human rights and justice is upheld. Okay. So we are a group of passionate individuals dedicated to ensuring human rights and justice is upheld. So from here, you can now change the picture, put in your staff picture. Of course, always make sure that the dimensions of the pictures are the same. So like this picture now, if I choose image, okay, and you can see it's 400 by 400 pixels. So I must ensure that any picture I'm going to upload here now must be this same size, so that it doesn't scatter things. Okay, it must be this same size, 400 by 400. So you can edit that within here. So for example, we still have this. It's currently 750 by 750. If I decide to resize it, okay, I go to pixels, I change it back to 400. Okay, 400, and I save it, save as staff one. Let's call it staff one. And I come here. Okay, so I can now choose image, upload files, select files. Okay, select files, and then staff one. Great, staff one is there. You can see it's 400 by 400 as well. Select, and it matches it exactly. Okay, so there's no, oh, one is longer than the other, one is shorter than the other. So I can now click. You can see Harrison Hudson. I can change that. Put in the person's name, put in the person's function within the organization, and on and on and on. So once we publish this now someone was asking the question, okay, how do we link? So let's assume on the home page now, I want to be able to link to this About Us page. Okay, so how do I do that? Now, this is our home page. You can see there's read articles here, and then there's all this. So let's assume we want, instead of the read articles, we want it to be About Us. Okay, and then once we click on that button, it takes us to the About Us page. So how do we do that? First of all, we go to the About Us page from the front end. Okay, so this is the About Us page, as you can see. Okay, so we select the address up here. Yeah, we copy it. So we've copied the address now. You can now go back to our home page. So let's go back to our home page. Home page. Okay, home page. All right. Home page. See, taking a bit of time. All right, so this is our home page. So we click on our slider. Okay, so Major Aburime blog. So that first one, we want to change it to About Us. Okay, so instead of read articles, we want it to be About Us. And then we want to add the button link. So can you see, this is where you now paste that address that you selected. So we now publish. So once again, you go to the button that you want. Once you've gotten the address, you just paste it there and publish. So let's go back to our home page here now. Home page. So from here now, you can see it's now showing About Us. Okay, if I click on this link now, let's see where it takes us to. So can you see it took us to the About Us page? Are we following?
So, Prof,
Yes.
let me seek clarification here. You see,
Yes.
the blog is not about my law firm. The blog
Yes.
is essentially about me, but the law firm is an integral part of what I do. So it shouldn't be, that is, in creating my website, it shouldn't be us. It should be my baby, that is my blog. Writing as an individual, maybe as an editor, as a freelancer, this.
Okay, so
again,
it should
and so
be about me.
No, not about me. That will put a lot of people off.
Okay, about this blog.
I think what was it before? Instead of about what was it before that we are changing? That is learn more or read more.
Okay, I think learn more would be more appropriate.
I think read more will be better because it will be dealing with a lot of articles. Some of you've been privy to some of them that I'm going to import, so that it doesn't look like the job is that of a consortium instead of an individual. I don't know if because when as we are designing this now, I may not be doing any major changes or substantial changes to them. So that's why I'm suggesting it.
Okay. Okay, that's fine. So I've changed it to read more, which is fine. Okay, while the other ones will be read articles. Okay.
Thank you.
Okay.
Okay,
All right.
please, I
So
want to mention something. Can I
okay.
go ahead?
Yes.
Please scroll back up. Scroll back up first. Yeah, on that major Abume blog side, where
Yes.
it says scroll down, the arrow is overlapping the scroll down.
It's a design
That tiny
actually.
green arrow. Okay, it has moved down. It was overlapping the S. How can
Yeah.
you? Okay, it's moving on its
It's
own.
moving.
Okay, sorry,
It's like a
sorry.
kind of animation. So
Okay, I understand. I thought it was stagnant. I wanted to ask that, is this something you can adjust? Okay, but now I know it's moving.
yeah, it
Okay,
actually
thank
moves.
you.
All right. Okay, so at this point I'll pause. We have about 20 something minutes to go. I would like to know if you have questions, at least what I've explained so far.
Yes, I think I have a question here.
Okay.
So my question is on, maybe you are working on a blog and you have an endorsement or maybe something to promote. Can I use something like a blog to maybe attach a text or information at the homepage if they pay for homepage feature? Maybe repeating this similar approach. I don't know if you get
Yes.
my question.
Yes, definitely. As of the last class, I remember I showed Linda the Cage's blog.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's exactly what she did. She just created a section of her site, you know. Now the link that she's using, usually the links are given to you by the sponsor. Usually. So the sponsor has his own link so
Okay.
that the sponsor, sometimes we call it an affiliate link, especially if it's a product
Yeah.
that is being sold. So he gets to know how many people have actually clicked on that link. You get, so you know it, he knows it, and then based on the number of clicks or the number of people who actually buys, you get paid. So yeah, so it's still the same process. A little
Oh,
bit
that's
more
perfect.
a little bit more complicated though, because there are some other things that you actually need to install to be able to keep track. But it's basically the same process. Like for
Now,
Okay. Oh,
now
like
when you talk of sponsors,
yeah,
I mean, you are talking of those who want to advertise on your website, right?
yes, like looking at this
on our
site now.
website, you know,
Yeah, like
sir.
looking at this site, Linda Ikeji's blog, you can see GTB is advertising here.
Okay.
This is another site, Evalia. They are advertising their services concerning CVs. I think this one is a
And
movie. Okay. So
I can see Wike is advertising his River State.
no, I think that one is a news item. This one is a news
I
item
think,
because it's a
oh,
blog.
I thought, Wike owns Rivers now, so I thought he's advertising it here.
No. So I can see Jumia too. These are some. Is this Jumia? No? Okay, Watch Locker. So I suspect these are Jumia links as well. Carries you to Jumia. Okay, let's click on this. Let's see where it carries us to. Casio Gems. Okay. Watchlocker.ng. All right, so it's a site
Okay,
dedicated to
please,
watches. Okay.
sir.
Yes.
Please, can I go back to the Linda Ikeji's website? I
Okay.
want to mention something. And please remove this. Scroll up, please,
Okay.
to where that male actor, that male actor. Can you
Yeah.
notice that his photo is compressed?
Yeah. Yeah.
So what causes it now? That's probably not how it was taken in the photo shoot. But when they uploaded it to this website now, it was compressed. Just in case
Yeah.
that kind of thing happens while I'm designing, what causes it that will make it to avoid, or how can you avoid this happening that you upload a picture and it's compressed? Because I can see other pictures are not compressed. It's only that particular one.
Okay, so in a bid to sort of fit, because I'm sure the reason why it's compressed is because they want it to fit the dimensions of the box. So they compressed it and they didn't want, because this picture looks like a picture probably you snapped with some other people. It looks like probably a photo. Maybe they don't have a picture of him that is just him. That is okay. So the person, whoever did this, had to is supposed to take more time in ensuring that it's visually appealing without looking this compressed. So it's all a question of dimensions. Sometimes it's unavoidable if you do not have a good picture to work with, then it's unavoidable to have something like this. But ideally, you're supposed to really just take a look at. Let's click on the link. Let's see where it carries us to. So can you see this is this is the actual photo? So the person ought to have cropped it instead of trying to compress it. You should have just cropped it to a point whereby it fits that box. But instead, he tried to just squeeze everything in. He ought to have just cropped it. Since it's his face that is the most important thing to show. That is what he ought to have done. But you can see how much he had to do.
Okay, so that means the solution is that resizing that you've always shown us. That's the solution to this, right?
Yes, but if you use paint as well, you'll notice that on top of resize, there's a feature called crop. So crop, you can actually cut off sections. So for example, this picture now, I can cut off sections of his picture. So instead of trying to resize and compress, I will just cut off some certain parts. That's crop, and then it will now fit what I'm looking for without affecting the quality or the visual appeal of the picture.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah. All right.
So, sir, please, I want just to ask a kind of funny question, sir.
Okay. Go ahead.
Yes. What is the meaning of blog? And is it insultive to call a person a blogger?
No, it's not insultive to call a person a blogger. Okay, how do I define blog in the simplest of terms?
Can I try?
Okay, please, go ahead.
Okay, see. Now, I think a blog is just that part of your site where you want to publish things, and to make it a blog, what you are publishing has to be systematic. It has to be sustainable. That is repetitive. Would that qualify? Would that be a good definition of a blog?
Yes.
That is a place where you air your views or opinions, and then it is done on regular basis. And
yes, very key.
But it particularly addresses one or two key areas.
Exactly. So yes, a blog definitely is right on all counts. It usually contains articles, or opinions about a certain topic. People can actually comment on your blog most times, and of course, there must be regularity of updates. So usually that's what makes up a blog. And to your second question, that question is an intriguing question. You said, is it insulting to call somebody a blogger?
Yes, sir.
Okay, why are you asking that question? You feel that they are not respectable?
Because some people on internet,
Yes.
when they come on here, they might just refer to somebody, maybe is just creating a kind of scene on internet. They just it's just an ordinary blogger. So all those words. So I don't seem to read senses to it. That's what I'm asking.
Okay, can you see this article I just brought up? I hope you are reading what I'm reading.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
So Linda Ikeji is one of the top bloggers in Nigeria, and she's worth $40 million, not naira, just by blogging.
Wow.
So
put differently, I think one who blogs is a blogger.
yes,
and the art of blogging Then the act
So
of doing the blogging
yeah,
is what constitutes blogging.
exactly. So
I think
and
probably what you will notice online is that people confuse similarly sounding jobs. Probably the person who used that word blogger wanted to
yeah,
use bagger.
okay,
You know, that's
okay.
a sort of sort of derogation.
Yeah, the thing is,
My
in the world of IT, to be very honest, there are some certain roles that people tend to look down upon, but there are people who are cashing out from it. It's just like graphic design. There are graphic
yeah.
designers everywhere.
Okay,
You,
now I
you,
understand. Maybe they are cashing
uh,
out on all this what they are doing on what they are
yeah,
doing on the internet. So
yeah.
that's why they are just trying. Maybe they are doing all what they are doing because they want to cash out. Or they will, get some money into their pocket. That's why they're calling them bloggers.
Yes, okay, yeah. So they sort of make it a derogatory kind of something, and
Mm.
by virtue of the fact that there are so many people trying to, it's just like content creation. You have a lot of people creating content online, but not everybody is on the level of some of these, content creators like Emanuela and Pella now, and this girl, So all these those ones
Very
have
dark man.
attained, yeah, exactly, very dark man. So everybody is, working. So if I come tomorrow now and say I'm a content creator, there are some people that will still look down on you and say, "Oh, who is this person?" They sort of say it in a derogatory kind of a way without understanding that, look, if you master that skill and you are able to become a success at it, you are talking about millions, and not even in Nigerian currency. So
Mm.
yeah. So all these are all high income skills. Like for her now, we just saw her site. Just to advertise on her site is millions. Okay, all these
Wow.
are our content creators. Just to advertise your product for maybe 1 minute, you are spending millions of naira. So they tell you that, okay, I have an audience, I have followers. If you want me to advertise your product, you must give me 5 million to advertise it. And that's how they make their money. So besides what YouTube or Facebook is paying them, they're also making a huge amount of money from advertisements. A huge amount of money. So I even know of one influencer just to show up for your party. You pay him about 10 million just to show up.
All the switch, agree on some.
So
Okay,
all right.
Prof.
Yes. So do we have any other
Just
questions?
this.
Mrs. Ijoma?
I've been raising my hand
So
since.
sorry, Mrs. Ijoma. Okay. Yes.
In fact, I've almost forgotten what I wanted to ask. Please,
Sorry.
if we
Sorry, madam.
if we
Sorry, I'm
can
very sorry.
if we can go back to that major's
Site. Okay.
site.
Okay. All right. Yeah.
Okay, just scroll down.
Okay.
Scroll down to the last the last pictures that we inserted.
Yes.
About that one that has to do
About.
with about the
Okay.
not
That
this
is
one,
the about us page.
about us page. Yes,
Yes.
the
Okay.
okay, yeah, this one's now. So you
Yeah.
said when you click on it,
Yes.
it now starts to show us about the not the major's own, the other
Okay.
ones, the team, the
Yes. This
team.
is the. Yes. This is the team.
Yes, you click on it,
Yeah.
then automatically it opens up another page telling us about the
The
team
staff.
members.
Yes.
Yes. So how do we get about this?
Okay. Okay. First of all, you remember how we imported this?
Yes.
Okay. From elementskit lite, you just find you go to sections, you find team, this is
Yeah.
installed. So let's
It's
edit
already
it now.
made. It's already
Yeah,
made. So just import and then drop it there.
exactly. So let's see how to edit it now. Okay, let's see how to edit it. Okay,
So you go to Elementor.
yes, still edit with Elementor, still the same thing.
At the
I
back
want
end,
to,
right?
yes, the backend. Let's open it up. So we are currently at the backend now. So this
Yeah.
particular section now, we click on the pen. Okay. So let's assume her name. This is her name. Okay, member name. This is her position. So let's say we leave the name as is. Let's say it's she's responsible for operations, for example. Okay, operations. Okay, or let's call it monitoring and evaluation. Let's give her M and E. Monitoring and evaluation. Most NGOs have somebody that is dedicated to that. Now, that's for the front end, right? That's for the front end. For the back end, you can see pop-up details on the left-hand side. Pop-up details. Now, these icons here are supposed to be for social media, but let's assume you don't want to put a social media profile. You can come to
Okay.
social profiles, okay, and you
Profiles.
can you can switch it off. If you don't want to include any details, okay, you can just switch it off. Right now it's show, but I can just uncheck it. You can see it. And show social media profile goes off. So there's nothing there.
Okay.
Okay. Then
Okay.
the pop-up details, we click on that. Good. So all those pop-up details now, the bio and everything, this is where you can now make those necessary adjustments. Okay, so she is trained and skilled in monitoring and evaluation. Okay, so she's trained. So you can now state which university she attended, you know,
Okay.
before you, okay, and then the email as
We
well.
can't
You
hear
can
you
put
again.
that.
No.
Okay. Okay, can you hear me now?
Yes, sir.
Okay, I can hear you now. Yeah.
Okay, all right. So we make all those changes here and then we just publish. Okay, publish. So
Okay.
if
Okay.
I click on it now, you can see it has changed.
Oh, all
Yeah,
right. Okay, so I get it. I get it.
exactly. Okay.
I get it.
So
Yeah.
that's
Okay.
how to
Thank you.
change
Thank you.
that. All right,
Yeah.
so all
Thank you.
right. So this is the same for every other page you want to create. So let's add one more thing, or at least let's talk about one more thing. Let's assume you want to put a gallery. Okay, there are several ways to create a gallery. You want to have a gallery of pictures. Okay, so first off, from the plus here, add element. Okay, let's assume this is the method we want to use. If you scroll down, down, or you can even search, okay, let's do a search gallery. Okay, you can see there's basic gallery. So you can decide to just drag all this down here. Okay, you drag all this down here, and that's your gallery. So on the left hand side, this is where I'm going to add the pictures. So I can say add images. Then I can now select all the images I want to add. So if it's all these pictures I want to add, I'm just selecting at random. But mind you, if you're going to add pictures, as I said, always make sure the dimensions are the same. If the dimensions are not the same, it may look a little skewed. So I selected all these pictures I want to add to my gallery, and I say create new gallery. So create new gallery, then I say insert gallery. Okay, so you can see it has inserted all these pictures. But if you notice, there's a lot of space between these pictures. So
Yes,
I
yeah,
want
yeah.
to, yeah, so instead of, you can see, you go to the left-hand side, there's image resolution. It's showing thumbnail. Okay, it's showing, so these are showing as thumbnails. So I click down and I want it to be large. Okay, so I want it to enlarge. So you can see they're all side by side now. But if you notice, because all of them are not the same dimensions, can you see what is happening? Some
Yes,
of them
sir.
are shorter
Yes.
than so
And the
that's what
other.
I said. Exactly. So if you're going to put an image gallery, make sure the dimensions of all your pictures are the same
I
size.
report.
Exactly. So that by the time you arrange them, everything comes out seamless. Okay. So this is one method. Another method is that you might decide that, okay, you want your pictures to be going side by side. You want them to be flowing as a sort of carousel. Okay, so let's search for carousel. Carousel. So you can see image carousel. Image carousel. So we drag that here. Image carousel. So in this case, instead of the pictures all showing up at once, they're going to be sliding from one to the other. So the same thing on the left-hand side, add images, okay? And then we can now select all the pictures that we want. So you add all these pictures, you add all these pictures. Just a moment, please. Sorry, please, just give me 2 minutes. All right, so we've selected the pictures that we're going to use. So we just say create a new gallery. So you can see it here, and then we say insert gallery. Okay, insert gallery. So the same thing, they are all in thumbnail format. I just click on this and I make it large. Okay, so you have that. So if I publish this now, let's publish it. So you can see it's already beginning to slide. Let's go to um, the main page, blog.com. So let's come all the way down. Oh, okay, it's on the About Us page. So let's go to the About Us page. All right. So can you see this? Okay.
You know.
It's supposed to, but it's not sliding automatically. Okay, it is. All right. So, but I think it's taking too much time. Okay, good. It's flowing well now. Okay, so you can see. All right.
Maybe it's
So
due to
instead
the
of
quality of that picture.
the quality of the picture or the dimensions of the picture.
They're not the same
Maybe the
dimension.
quality of the picture is slowing it down.
Okay, that shouldn't be though. Okay, let's check the settings. Let's be sure there isn't something that's stopping it. So on the left-hand side, of course, once you've selected your slider, let's see, there's slides to scroll. Okay, let's look at additional options. Is it on autoplay? Yes. Is it on pause? Pause on hover? Yes. That means if you put your cursor over it, it will pause. Then auto autoplay speed. Okay, it's currently 5, I don't want to say 5 seconds now, but the thing is if you reduce this, you know, it ought to become faster. So the lower this number is, the faster it's going to get. Okay, infinite loop, yes. Animation speed, we can reduce this as well. Animation speed. Okay, then we publish. Okay, so this is how to create a carousel. Okay, once again, the same thing. Make sure the dimensions of the pictures are the same, and then you have that. Okay, so that's for gallery. Some clients would want to have a dedicated gallery page, others may not. So it all depends on what you want to achieve, basically. Okay. So I think we can pause here for now. All right. Do we have any further questions?
Mr. Korede, please go to my own website and look at it
Okay.
and see whether I have done well.
Okay, let's take a look at it right now. Let me leave this place first. Okay. All right. Okay. Okay. You haven't made much changes. Did you format everything? Oh, I see what's happening. Ah, okay. Okay, there's an issue with your site. You the reset of your site wasn't complete. So you have two different themes working side by side on your website. Are you there?
I said in that period that I mistakenly reset.
Yes.
That period I mistakenly reset. I was now, I had to go back to, to start all over again, and I didn't know how. I wasn't sure of what I was doing actually.
Okay,
I
because you
wasn't
can
sure
see
of what I was doing.
from the top, you can see there's home, there's about, there's services, contact. So the two sites are, working side by side. And unfortunately, when you click on Unita, instead of bringing up the page you created, it's bringing up this one.
Okay.
So I have small bad news. You may have to start it.
I will start all over again.
Yes, because we have to
Definitely.
flush
But
because
even in human nature, you have twins now. A
this.
pregnancy can give birth to.
It's a long way.
Are you saying
So
I will start?
if you
I will
have two
delete
homes,
all this.
that's a twin, identical twins.
Yes, you
God
have
of
to start
mercy.
from scratch because it's not as if this is not fixable. Like it's fixable, but there's always going to be the chance that second one that has been installed will always be cropping up in places you don't want to. I've experienced this before, and it's a big headache. You know, it will just be it's a question of code. So just like let's assume, okay, when you even put in your link, it takes you to this page, and then it will be fine. You can find a way to sort out the other, but it's bringing us here instead. So you have a conflict of pages, unfortunately. So and to even wipe it off, WP reset is not enough. We have to go into your Hostinger settings now to actually clear it out from there.
From Hostinger, that's from the
Yeah,
scratch.
from the scratch. We are going to the hosting
God of
now to
mercy.
clear it from there. So,
Madam, are we expecting twins?
Oh.
Even triplets.
Maybe my granddaughter,
Maybe.
right?
don't worry
Maybe.
about. As I said, it's good.
Oh,
Honestly, everything you're passing through, I can
What
guarantee
is
you have passed through it.
because we want to see now what is bringing twins and triplets into here? Am I missing something?
They're just coming on board. They're just coming on board.
I've been out for some time.
No, the discussion is for adults.
So, so it's
My
fine.
God
So,
of mercy.
so sorry about that. That you have to start again. But as I said, it's a learning curve. The more you do it, the better you become. You become at it.
It's okay.
So
Just help me wipe it.
yes.
And I cannot say let me save. Let me save the other one. Let me save it and then copy and
Unfortunately,
paste.
unfortunately not. As I said, it's a question of code, and the code can be very annoying when you think that okay, you've isolated it and you are fine. It will just show up before you know it. pages will be going to the wrong places and everything.
To read. So
Okay.
how is that one? Maybe you are the author of both articles, or maybe you are some other person is the author of that other article. So how
Yeah.
do you bring that link into your work?
Okay, you are saying that you've been to a site whereby when you click on a link, instead of it taking you to the article, it takes you to a
No,
different
when
article.
you are reading an article, maybe
Yeah,
when you are reading let's say just as my reason is hovering now, this
yeah,
an article you have written, then
yeah.
you come here and then instead of this, then you say see this, that you post the link there, then you
Okay,
come out of the
okay,
link
okay.
and continue with your writing. And
Okay.
when you click into this one,
Yes.
it takes you outside what you are reading to go and read something
A
elsewhere.
different article.
Yes,
Okay.
yes. So how do
Okay,
you
that is
bring how do you bring that? Have it at the back of your mind so that
okay.
you
No,
you
in
can
fact, that's something we can quickly talk about. I think it's important everybody has an idea since we've already talked about posts. So let's
okay.
go to one of these posts, for example. We have posts. I hope you can all still see my screen.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. So we have posts. We have all posts. Okay. Posts, all posts. So let's pick one of the posts. This rule of law. Let's go to edit with Elementor. Okay. So let's look at a different. Let's go to that Linda Ikeji's blog now. Linda Ikeji's blog. And let's copy her website. Well, let's even copy one article on her website. So let's click on this one. Okay, and this is the article. So let's copy. Okay. So let's go back to our own page now. So we've gone to this article. It's on a different website. Of course, it can also be on your own website. It's fine. So, but for the purpose of this training, so let's just copy this one. Then we come here. Okay. Okay. All right. So let's open. Okay, so now this is the article here, right? And let's say within this article now, I want to insert, let's say, as the person is reading, say, okay, to learn more, you should go to this article. So on the left-hand side, all I need to do is to click, okay, and I post that link there. Okay, I post that link. Now, I will need to select this entire text that I posted. Okay, I will select this link. Then there's an icon here which says insert or edit link. Okay, insert or edit link. So I just click on that. Okay, and then it has become a link. Okay, and I click apply. Okay, I click apply. So that has now become an official link on this website. So let me publish. Let me say it again. Having copied the link, I just come to my article. I post the link within the article, and then I put insert or edit link. Okay, so once you do that, let's publish. So let's view this particular site now. So let's view it from the front end. So this is the article. Okay, so I'm reading this article now, I'm reading it, and then I can see the link that has been posted there. So if I now say read more and I now click on this link. So can you see it brought us here?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes,
Yeah.
sir. Yes, sir. Yes,
Okay.
sir. Yes, sir. Yes,
So
sir.
that's how you can actually add links within your articles. Okay, you can add links within your articles. So it's a very
Okay.
straightforward process.
Thank you very much.
Okay.